you, and then we will focus on three representative assays for different categories of products that we have right now. The first one is the kits for detection of phosphoprotein in cell lysates. Then a kit for detection of biomarkers in cell supernatants. And lastly, the cyclic AMP assay kit, a very, very popular Thunder assay kit. I will follow, of course, by a question and answer session. So who we are and what we do, essentially we are a small private biotechnology tool company based in Canada. It was founded in 2013, and as mentioned by Annie, we are the founders of BioSenior. We are all former PerkinElmer scientists. The company is located in Montreal at the Atmer Bioinnovation Center. There is a picture there of the center. It's really a state-of-the-art drug discovery hub. We have everything we need to design, develop, and validate the products we manufacture there. What's the mission? The mission of the company is very simple. What we want is to accelerate biomedical research by providing the highest quality, fully validated, reliable, yet affordable TR-FRET assay kits and reagents. Keep in mind that all the products we develop and commercialize are for research use only, not for diagnostics purposes. The products we develop and manufacture are world-class immunoassay kits based on our advanced proprietary TR-FRET technology that we have called Thunder. We have right now more than 120 cell-based assay kits. We focus on important cell signaling proteins as phosphorylated kinases, human cytokines, chemokines, cyclic AMP. What are the users of our products? Essentially, pharma, biotech, CROs, research institutes, private and public, and academia. Our products are commercialized through a global network of local distributors, and of course, in India, our distributor is Christian Biosystems. What is our unique selling point? What differentiates us from other companies? We believe it is our track record of developing hundreds of high-performing, commercially successful biochemical and cell-based assay kits for drug discovery and basic research. So let me just give you a little overview of the founders and management of Bioxirium. So of course, I'm Jaime Padros, president of the company, and there is also Miguel Cajon, head of operations. We are experienced assay developers that were formerly at PerkinElmer at the R&D Center of Excellence, Montreal Biodiscovery. We have over 25 years developed hundreds of highly commercially successful drug discovery assay kits and reagents that were based on different TR-FRET technologies. So of course, at the time we were at PerkinElmer, we were developing assay reagents and kits based on the Lance Ultra technology, proprietary of PerkinElmer, 4-kinase reagents, epigenetic reagents, cyclic AMP assay kit. Then, as part of Bioxilium, between 2015 and 2019, we developed hundreds of TR-FRET assays that were out-licensed to a global reagent supplier. And then in 2020, this is the year we launched for the first time our Thunder assays. So of course we do have this. All this is just to demonstrate that we have the expertise and experience to develop what we believe is a better alternative for scientists already using TR-FRET assays for drug discovery applications. So what are the limitations of current methods for detection of cellular proteins? Of course, we are working with cells. You need to detect endogenous proteins that are either intracellular or secreted into the supernatant. And we all know we have different methods. Of course, when a scientist is working on drug discovery, Western blot and ELISA or ELISA-like techniques are not suitable for drug discovery applications for a number of reasons that are very well known. So we need what we call in drug discovery homogeneous assays. So there are assays that they don't require washing. So essentially, we have two categories of assays here. Alpha screen, alpha ELISA, that are now called Surefire. And let me just select my pointer. So alpha screen, alpha ELISA, Surefire from Revity. And then you have two available TRF technologies. One is HTRF from SysBio and the other Lance from Revity. So all these Revity right now. So of course, these are very powerful technologies. In the case of alpha spin, alpha ELISA, very sensitive technology, but extremely expensive. And on top of that, it's light sensitive and requires an expensive specialized reader. On the side of TR-FRET, what we are seeing right now is a quasi-monopoly situation with Revity having consolidated the market and also selling very expensive assay kits based on the TR-FRET technology. So we believe that there is a need for fast, easy, reliable, and mainly affordable option that is suitable for drug discovery applications. And this is why we have introduced Thunder, which we believe is really a new era for TR-FRET assays. So what Thunder is, essentially, is a combination of top TR-FRET chemistry with the very best antibodies available. So what we do is we have combined a highly optimized donor-acceptor pair that has exceptional FRET compatibility with superior antibodies, the highest quality antibodies that have been selected specifically for TR-FRET. These are not antibodies that come from ELISA or from other technologies. We have specifically screened many antibodies in order to find the best pair for TR-FRET applications. Then we use optimized donor-acceptor antibody concentrations, optimized lysis and assay buffers. All assays are fully validated. We are offering unsurpassed lot-to-lot consistency, and all Thunder assays are compatible with all TR-FRET readers available. So we believe we have here reliable TR-FRET assay kits that empower scientists by allowing the generation of reproducible and consistent data faster. So, aware about the TR-FRET technology we are using. We have tested many donor acceptor pairs, and we have found the best combination for a donor and acceptor pair. On the right, on the left, sorry, the donor. We are using a highly stable europium chelate complex that doesn't require addition of potassium fluoride in contrast to other TR-FRET technologies. This europium chelate can be excited at 320 or 340 nanometers and emits fluorescence at 615 nanometers. It has a high quantum yield, so it's an excellent FRET donor. There is no photobleaching when using this europium chelate, so no signal loss upon multiple readouts. And of course, it is biocompatible. No requirement for addition of toxic potassium fluoride, so we can use this europium chelate with live cells for a particular assay and then continue to use our cells for another application, which is not possible when you need to add toxic potassium fluoride to your assay. So, a word about the acceptor. We are using a small molecular weight acceptor, so there is no steric hindrance here, in contrast to alloficocyanin or XL665, which are huge molecular molecules. The acceptor can be excited at either 615 or 620 nanometers. It emits at 665. It has very strong brightness and especially an excellent spectral overlap with the europium chelate. So this is a superior FRET acceptor that allows us to build a very powerful TR-FRET technology. Now, everybody working with TR-FRET technology or any technology and immunoassays, you know that having an excellent technology alone is not enough to develop a robust assay. You need to combine the technology with high quality antibodies. And when you are working with TR-FRET, the fact that using antibodies that work well with different technologies, for instance, ELISA, is not really enough to develop or to have a guarantee that your TR-FRET assay is going to work. So, because not all antibodies are suitable for TR-FRET. TR-FRET is a is a technology with very specific spatial constraint. So some antibodies that work nicely with, I don't know, other technologies, alpha lysa, alpha screen, ELISA, might be excellent, but they might not work well with TR-FET. So we spend a lot of time and a lot of money screening as many antibodies as possible in order to find the best antibody pair that is going to work for the specific TR-FRET assay that we are developing. On top of that, and to add another layer of complexity, antibodies may work with one lysis or assay buffer, but not with others. So again, we need to make big matrix experiments in order to find the antibodies that are going to work with a particular lysis or assay buffer in order to find the best donor acceptor antibody labeled with different with the europium chelate and the far red dye. We need to find the optimized donor acceptor antibody concentrations. Then we are going to validate completely the assay on the real assay conditions. And of course, once we are going to launch the product, we apply rigorous manufacturing standards. So all this, as a result, we have assays with minimal background and maximal signal to background ratio, assays that show the highest specificity. We always aim to develop assays that generate faster time to results. So if possible, assays that are okay after 1 hour of incubation. Sometimes this is not possible, but that's our goal, to have assays that are faster than the competition. Always to demonstrate high reproducibility and robustness test. And of course, very important point, assays must be reliable. So every lot is QC tested versus the former lot before being launched. So for all these reasons, we truly believe Thunder is a very powerful immunoassay platform compared to other available TR-FRET platforms. So what we have observed thus far is that all of our clients are former Revity or Sysbio customers. And the question stems, why is this? Why customers already using TR-FRET assays are switching to Bioxilium research? There are many explanations, and this is based on voice of customer. So the most important reasons why scientists decide to test and then adopt our assays. The first explanation, of course, is the performance of our assays. Our assays exhibit high signal to background ratios, are high sensitivity, stable, and generate data faster. They exhibit a superior or at least comparable performance versus competitor TR-FRET assays. Then we have the fact that all our assays are really fully validated, and all validation data are included in the accompanying technical data sheet. So this is a very transparent policy, and customers appreciate this. Once they have access to the technical data sheet on our website, they can take an informed decision about the relevance or buying our products. Our products are reliable, so we apply stringent in-house manufacturing. We have several, not only one QC test, but several QC tests at different stages of the manufacturing process to ensure lot-to-lot consistency, to ensure that our products are going to generate minimal background and consistent and the highest signal in order to have consistent and very high signal to background ratio. And we need to also ensure that they are going to be reproducible over time. So this is a major point for our customers. Then we have the convenience. All our products are available in several sizes for higher flexibility to customers. So we have the 100-point asset, 500, 2500, 5000, and then 10,000 points. But we also have, of course, the possibility of order in bulk quantities and very important, single lot reservation. So if you have a screening in mind, or you are planning to use thousands of points through a single project, we can offer you the possibility of making the reservation for a single lot. A very important feature of our products is the total compatibility with the TR-FRET readers available right now. So if you decide to test our products, you don't need to change anything on your TR-FRET readers. Our products are compatible with the available TR-FRET readers. Fast delivery, that's a very important factor to consider for the customers. Our products are always in stock for fast shipping worldwide, including India. We provide expert tech support on time, on point, from the same scientists that developed the assay. So that's another important feature of our products. And of course, very important, but it was not the first reason why the customers were trying our products. It was a very important feature, but not the most important one, is the affordability. We do have the most cost-effective TR-FRET assays on the market. This is definitive. Another word about the TR-FRET readers. As I said before, our assays are compatible with all TR-FRET readers available on the market today. I think there are almost 40 TR-FRET readers available. Of course, some are discontinued, but some customers still have all TR-FRET readers. This is just a summary of what is available right now on the market. Importantly, to understand that you don't need to purchase new filters in order to use Thunder TR-FRET assays. You don't need to change the instrument settings. You can keep using the current settings that you were using for other TR-FRET technologies. That's very convenient, again. Now let's move to the different categories of products we are offering. We have 4 categories, essentially. The first one are the self-signaling assay kits. So these are kits that allow you to detect intracellular proteins, mainly endogenous kinases, in cell lysates. So phosphorylated proteins or total proteins. By total proteins, we are referring to both phosphorylated and unphosphorylated proteins in cell lysate. And then we have an exclusive kit to Bioxilium that is the kit that allows you to detect phosphorylated protein and total proteins with the same kit. Note that this is not biplexing. This is detection of phosphorylated or total proteins on the same plate, but on different wells. So we do have a kit that allows you to do that, and we are the only provider for this kind of kits. Then we have the second category of assay kits for biomarker. So detection of different proteins in cell supernatants can be chemokines, cytokines, etc. And cell supernatants, and also mouse cytokines, yes. The third category of products, very important, a kit for detection of cyclic AMP, a very important intracellular messenger, functional assays, mainly for people working with GPCRs, both GS and GA couple GPCRs. And then lastly, toolbox reagents that allows you to build your own TR-FRET assay. So standalone reagents labeled with either our europium chelate donor or the far red acceptor fluorophore. In this category of products, we have, of course, anti-tag, anti-species, and estrotabidine. So this is, of course, for building biochemical or cell-based assays. So essentially, we do have a very comprehensive and focused TR-FRET portfolio of products. So this is an overview of the current offering right now. So phosphorylated and total proteins, a wide range of proteins that can be selected. Of course, this includes the most popular targets right now, like ERK, AKT, CMET, you name it. STAT proteins, very popular STAT proteins. We do have excellent assays for detection of STAT1, STAT3, 4, 5, and 6. So we believe we have a very comprehensive catalog of phosphorylated and total proteins, also including here in intracellular analytes, the cyclic AMP kit, of course, biomarkers, really 43 biomarker assays right now, and toolbox reagent, 20 toolbox reagents. If you are working with a protein or an analyte that is not among the list of our products, please let us know. We have the capability to introduce new products very quickly. Usually it takes us, I would say, 2 months to introduce a new product. So we are very, very quickly in order to introduce new products. So we are always looking to expand our catalog with relevant targets. So let's move to the cell signaling assay category of products. So these are high performance, reproducible, and reliable products. These kits have all you need to measure endogenous kinases, and they are already adopted by top pharma and CROs. These are fully validated assays. We demonstrate stimulation, the capability to detect the protein in a stimulation and inhibition experiments, C prime factor to demonstrate the robustness of the assay, on lysate titration to demonstrate the dynamic range of the assay. So the goal when developing these assays is always the same, to generate products that have superior or at least comparable performance to competitor TR-FRET cellular detection kits. All these products are built using the sandwich immunoassay approach. One antibody is labeled with the donor europium chelate, and the second antibody is labeled with the acceptor fluorophore, and there will be a TR-FRET signal only in the presence of the specific analyte. Of course, this is a long-lived TR-FRET emission at 665, as for other TR-FRET assays using red acceptors. The assay workflow has been standardized. It's the same for all sex signaling assays, and it really takes 3 simple steps to complete the workflow for these assays. The step 1 is, of course, we treat cells with the compounds we are working with. Then we lyse the cells with the lysis buffer provided with the kit, and then with protein, we detect the protein in a microplate reader able of reading TR-FRET. We have 2 different protocols for higher flexibility. The 2-plate transfer protocol, which is the most popular. So you are culturing your plate typically in a 96 well plate, and then you transfer the lysate to a detection plate, which is usually a 384 low volume plate. All our assays are run in a total volume of 20 microliters. So as for other TR-FRET assays, so again, very similar workflow or identical workflow, and very similar protocol to other TR-FRET assays. So again, you don't need to learn or to adapt your protocol when you are using Thunder TR-FRET. That's another very important feature. You can also use with these assays the 1-plate or the all-in-one well protocol, where the entire assay is conducted in a 384 well plate. This is a protocol used, of course, very much in high throughput screening. So what is included in the cell signaling assay kits? Every kit has 6 components. As I said before, this is an all-include kit. Not included is a microplate. customers use their own microplates. There are a wide variety of microplates available. So we, of course, include the europium label antibody, the acceptor label antibody. Note that if you use a FOFO plus total kit, there is a second antibody pair for detection of the total protein. Then we have the cell lysis buffer, an optimized lysis buffer for the specific protein that you are measuring. We cannot switch lysis buffer. Of course, yes, in an ideal world, it will be great to have a universal lysis buffer, but unfortunately, we know that some proteins they don't work, they are not really detectable with universal lysis buffer, and you really need to develop optimized lysis buffer for different proteins located in different intracellular compartments. So we have a total of 6 lysis buffer. Of course, then detection buffer, a positive control cell lysate, very important for QC considerations. And then the phosphatase inhibitor cocktail that must be added to your cell lysis buffer. There is always full assay validation data included in the technical data sheet, and a detailed protocols included in the generic user manual. So there is a single generic user manual for all cell signaling or phosphorylation assays. We have different kit sizes, and this is important. We have a small, for all products, a small kit of 100 points, which is perfect for kit evaluation. And then we have 500 points, and also 2,500, 2,000, and 10,000 points. And of course, bulk and single lot reservation available. These assays are shipped on dry ice. They must be stored at -80 and are stable for 1 year from receipt. This is a very, very powerful offer on the market. Kit benchmarking. Of course, all our customers request comparison between our products and the competition, and we do include benchmarking when developing our assays. Sometimes it's not possible. All competing assays are very, very expensive, but we do aim to compare systematically the performance of our assays versus the competition. And this is an example for phosphorylated AKT 123, phosphorylated on ferrin 473, a very popular phosphorylation assay. So you can see on your left, this is the performance of the Thunder assay. This is the performance of company A, and this is performance from company B. We have only 3 options here. Bioxylium on the other 2 companies. And you can clearly see that the Thunder assay is the one that outperforms company A and B in terms of signal-to-vagal ratio. All 3 assays generate comparable pharmacology or EC50 values, but it's the Bioxylium assay that generates the highest window. So this is a best-in-class assay, and of course, it's a blockbuster. This is a very popular, a top seller product in our catalog. Another kit benchmarking for a very popular product, phosphorylated STAT3. You can see in red is the Sonder assay, in blue company A, and in yellow company B. And it's very clear that the best performance here again is generated by our Sonder assay. So you have the highest signal-to-vagal ratio compared with the other 2 companies, while all assays generate the same pharmacology. On top of that, this assay generates the best results in the shortest amount of time. So this is just 1 hour, whereas the other technologies require 4 hours, at least I would say 4 hours, or ideally overnight incubation. So again, a best-in-class assay, very popular with customers. Okay, so let's move now to biomarker assays. So these are 3-component kits that are designed to measure biomarkers in cell supernatants, very popular and adopted by top pharma and CROs. They generate faster time to results compared to other TR-FRET assays available. They are all fully validated: sensitivity, intra and inter-assay precision, recovery, dilutional linearity, cell samples, detection of analytes in real samples, lot-to-lot consistency, stability. So again, the goal here is to have assays that generate superior or at least comparable performance to competitor TR-FRET kits. Again, build using the sandwich immunoassay, you are going to see a signal only in the presence of the biomarker. And the assay workflow, very similar to other TR-FRET technologies, very simple, very straightforward. So you add your standard or sample, followed by the antibody detection mix. You incubate your plate 1 hour or 2 hours, and then you read the signal. So very simple, very fast. What is in a biomarker? What is inside a biomarker assay kit? The matched antibody pair, one antibody labeled with europium, the other with the acceptor dye, and an optimized assay buffer, really designed to minimize non-specific signal and matrix effects. We have a total of 4 assay buffers, and again, because these are optimized buffer, they cannot be switched between biomarkers. Important to note here, we do not provide with the biomarker assay kits a lyophilized protein recombinant standard. So you need to buy the standard from the validated source that is indicated in the technical data sheet. For most customers, this is not a problem. Again, we show all validation data in the technical data sheet, and also a very detailed protocol is included in the technical data sheet. So there is no user manual here. The technical data sheet is a complete document showing the validation as well as the protocol. As is the case for the cell signaling phosphoproteins, we have a wide range of sizes for these kits, and of course, single lot reservation and bulk quantities are available. These products are shipped on blue ice. They must be stored at -80 and are stable for 1 year from receipt. Kit benchmarking of biomarker assays. In this case, this is an example for the human IL-6 assay, a very popular human cytokine, pro-inflammatory. On the left, Sunder, on the right, a competitor TR-FRET assay. You can see the difference between these assays, so a wider dynamic range and very little background signal with Thunder compared to the competitor assay kit. Much higher signal to background signal at the max, at the top concentration of analyte compared with the competitor. So we have 47 here, 18 here. Similar sensitivity. So this is a very, very powerful IL-6 TR-FRET kit. And on top of that, we generate data on just 1 hour compared with this competitor assay. Some assays from the competition, especially for biomarker detection, they do require overnight incubation, which for drug discovery applications is not ideal, of course. Let's move now to the third category of products, which it is the cyclic AMP TR-FRET assay kit, very versatile and cost-effective alternative to other TR-FRET kit available on the market. This is, to our surprise, a top seller. Why? Because right now you do have TR-FRET cyclic AMP kits, very good kits available on the market, and despite that, we have already sold more than 5 million points of this cyclic AMP TR-FRET assay kit since its launch in 2023. So this is a very popular kit for global pharma and global CROs. It's a 3-component assay that, of course, specifically measure intracellular cyclic AMP changes following GPCR activation, is compatible with both GS and GI coupled receptors, compatible with both recombinant and endogenous GPCRs in suspension or adherent cells. So very versatile kit, compatible for high throughput screening and also ultra high throughput screening in 1536 well plate. Some customers are using the Thunder cyclic AMP assay kit for in 1536 microplates. And it's a kit that demonstrates a comparable performance to a competitor kit, HTRF Dynamic, from the competition. So this is a 3-component assay. It uses a single antibody labeled with the acceptor dye, and we are using here estratabidine coupled to europium to bind cyclic AMP labeled with biotin. So in the presence, once we lyse the cells, in the presence of intracellular cyclic AMP, there is competition and there is a decrease of signal in the presence of increasing concentrations of cyclic AMP. So as for other TRFET cyclic AMP assays, this is a competition assay that shows a signal loss in the presence of increasing cyclic AMP concentrations. The assay workflow, again, very similar or identical to other TR-FRET cyclic AMP assays. First, we treat the cells, and then we lyse the cells and detect the cyclic AMP at the same time using first adding the acceptor antibody labeled with the fluorophore, and then estratabidine labeled with the europium and the biotinylated cyclic AMP complex. We incubate for 1 hour and we read the signal. That's it. What is included in the kit? This is an all-include complete kit. We have, of course, a cyclic AMP standard, the biotinylated cyclic AMP, the europium labeled estratabidine, the acceptor labeled antibody, the cyclic AMP lysis and detection buffer. As is always the case for the other products, all validation data is included in the TD sheet, as well as very detailed assay protocols for applying this kit to different uses. She has coupled GPCRs, GI coupled GPCRs, agonists, antagonists. So all possible applications are described in detail in the TD sheet. A lot of kit sizes for this kit, and the 1000 point that is perfect for a small experiment and is really exclusive to Bioxilium. This is a kit that we have paid special attention for reproducibility and lot-to-lot consistency. So you can see here the lot consistency for different lots exhibiting the same very comparable signal-to-pagan ratio and identical pharmacology. So this is very important for us. This kit is shipped on blue ice, should be stored at -80, and has an stability of 1 year from receipt. So this is, again, a very popular cyclic AMP TR-FRET assay on the market today. Kit benchmarking. So on the left, you have in red the Thunder cyclic AMP assay in a standard curve, and in blue a very popular competitor kit. This is just the cyclic AMP curve, but you know the cyclic AMP curve is just an incomplete indication of the performance of a cyclic AMP assay. You really need to test the assay with cells, of course. And this is what we show on the right. An antagonist dose response curve in 384 well plate for a GS coupled endogenous A2A receptor using lymphocyte cells. And you can see in red Thunder, in blue the competitor assay. So very comparable performance between the two cyclic AMP assays. So yes, again, we are providing here a reliable alternative to competitor TR-FRET cyclic AMP assays. So in summary, why we believe we are really offering a compelling alternative to other TR-FRET assay kits. We are offering world-class TR-FRET assay kits and reagents at an outstanding value to drug discovery researchers. Our products are based on our proprietary TR-FRET technology that we have called Thunder. It's versatile, is cost efficient, is an advanced technology that is combined with superior antibodies that have been selected specifically for TR-FET applications. These are high quality, highly validated, reliable cell-based assay kits that are supported by comprehensive and transparent data sheets. We offer fast delivery and exceptional technical support. And on top of that, our products are truly affordable. So we are really allowing any scientist working with TR-FET to adopt our assays. We propose here a focused and expanding portfolio of reliable assay kits and reagents that are designed truly for accelerating the pace of drug discovery and basic research. And for all these reasons, we do provide here a compelling alternative to other expensive TR-FET technologies. So with all this, I thank you very much for your attention. And of course, I will be ready to answer any questions you might have. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for the presentation. So I have few questions. I would request other participants also, if you have any questions, to put in the chat box. So I have few questions lined up with me. We will have a small Q&A session, Jamie. So the first question from the user is, can you give us some inputs on optimizing the TR-FIT assays?
Yeah, I mean, if you are using Thunder TR-FET products, you don't truly need to optimize your assay because we do provide a validated assay protocol and workflow. Of course, when you are running cell-based assays, the most important factor to consider is to optimize your cell culture step. You are running with cells, assay with cells, so you need to optimize the cell density and the experimental design with the cells. Once you have done this in your particular experiment with your particular cells, you can then move to detection of the protein. But we need to keep in mind that these are cell-based assays. So an assay kit is providing optimized reagents and protocols, but the scientists needs to optimize the cell culture step of their experiment. This is absolutely essential in order to get reproducible and consistent data. Yeah.
Okay, I hope the question is answered. Next question is, can you put some light on the custom services for the antibody labeling? How it would be, or what is the primary requirements for the antibody to be sent?
You are referring to custom antibody labeling?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. I didn't speak about that, about services, but we do provide custom antibody labeling services with either our European chelate or our acceptor dye. So we can just purchase the antibodies the customer require, or we can just receive from the customer the antibody. We don't need to know the identity of the antibody. The only requirements we request is that the antibody is ready to be labeled, that is provided without BSA or other interfering compounds. But we do have a protocol to remove BSA in order to conjugate antibodies with europium chelate or the acceptor dye. And we are offering a service that is very fast. We just need 2 days to label antibodies and then ship back the antibodies to India. So this is a very popular service both in North America and in Europe. I would say based on two factors: the rapidity, the speed of the service, and the low cost. We are very, very affordable for custom antibody labeling. Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you. One more. Do you have any specific citations or publications for your specific cell signaling assays?
Yes, we have few publications. They are all in our website. For Phosphostat 5, I remember there is a nice publication in a high impact factor. And then you have I think two other additional publications. I don't remember for what products right now. Keep in mind that despite the fact that a lot of biotechs and big pharma companies are already using our products, typically it takes time for these researchers to publish the results. Sometimes data generated are confidential, so they cannot publish the results. So we are slowly seeing more teams publishing their results with our products. We believe it's just a matter of time. We start seeing more and more publications with our products, but right now there are a few publications that you can find in our website. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Just one more last question to ask about. Now we are having the protein therapeutics, which has a different platform. We have bispecifics, we have CAR T, we have gene therapy, we have cell therapy, which are evolving day by day. So, how do you see TR Fred to be useful in these assays? Do you have any comments?
Yeah, very, 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 very interesting question. I do think the TR-FRET technology is very versatile and flexible and can be really adapted to a wide range of therapeutic applications. So in the applications you were mentioning, as soon as there is an immunoassay that can be used for detecting anything, I'm pretty sure you can adapt this immunoassay in order to introduce the TR-FRET technology. So we know already that TR-FRET assays are very popular for biotherapeutics, biologics, and so on. So again, if there is an assay or an immunoassay that can be applied for these purposes, I'm pretty convinced you can develop a robust TR-FRET assay for that purpose. Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you. That's it. I think the questions are done. Thank you all for attending our webinar today. We are grateful for your participations and hope you found the session informative and engaging. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us. Your engagement and the thoughtful questions have contributed greatly to the success of this webinar. Special thanks to Jamie for sharing your expertise and insights into TR-FIT assays and also your willingness to address the questions and encourage the discussion. We will be available at your disposal. If you may have any questions, you can always write to us. Thank you, Jamie, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.